you guys have kind of installed the culture, and now it's sort of everything that follows. Is that kind of what the path is still looking like right now?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Obviously, like you said, we got 3 seniors. We got a bunch of young kids that had to play early. Still learning the game. Still learning the game. Still learning the culture of things and how we want to do things. But it's on its way. It's on its way. We got 33 kids this year. Having a JV is going to help tremendously. Yeah, just pulling them along. Getting them to play like Skyline kids, like we've always talked about, and it'll get there. It'll get there.
Yeah, and you kind of touched on, it's Skyline kids. It's not like that area lacks athletes. We see it in all the sports, and there's no reason football couldn't be the same way. How do you kind of make that transition and kind of, get them into the position they need to be successful on the gridiron as well?
Well, and football, is typically very different. Obviously, everybody knows that than every other sport, and it's just the consistency. The consistency showing up day in and day out, and the work ethic, and we're installing that. And it's coming along slowly but surely. But like I said, yeah, the consistency and the day in, the day out, and the work being put in is really what we need. So.
Can you learn a little about just key guys this year, guys are going to lean on either side of the ball?
Yeah, obviously Carter King, he comes back. He was a 1,000-yard rusher, 1,000-yard passer for us last year on a 2-8 team. So that says a lot about the weight on his shoulders there a little bit. But we also have some more athletes. We've got Noah Long, a receiver, Kent Nolan at receiver. In our front group, they're coming along real nice. So we don't want to have to lean on him, as much like that this year, and we'd like to spread it out a lot more. But he's definitely our guy. On the defensive side, we've got obviously Wyatt Stoner. He's been a 3-4 year starter for us, leading us from the linebacker position. He does a heck of a job.
And finally, when we talk about this program in general, is there anything that I missed? Anything you want to touch on that you think is important when we're talking about Skyline?
No, like I said, just getting back to where we've been in the past in terms of the culture. Like I said, I can't preach that enough, and they're starting to figure it out. We came out here to the Jamboree today and did some good things, saw what we needed to see, and we'll build off that. But again, back to the consistency, the day in, the day out, the effort. Getting back to the working, the really working at it, and understanding the game of football the way we want them to understand it.